welcome to the afternoon session. If you can hear me clearly, and you should be able to see the screen here in a second. You're going to be landing on my Facebook page there here in about a minute or so. And we do have a couple people that's unmuted. Go ahead and make sure we got the mic on mute. Get your webcams ready as well for the co-panelists and presenters here for our afternoon session. Welcome everyone. My name is Gil, and if you are interested or are looking to create an online income or build out a website that is income producing, then you are definitely in the right place. I am retracing and recreating my steps, literally step by step, on how I put together a website that produced a little bit over 20,000 here recently on the Right Online in the form of a website. Very simple, and we want to get it up to a point where literally you guys can implement it directly in your particular companies, businesses, or niches, right? So now some of you do not have a company or a product or service to promote. You don't have any in-house products. That is okay. As part of this particular web series, you should have gotten a little thank you gift from us here, which is a complimentary membership access to one of our members only groups and websites that gives you an overview of how affiliate marketing works. Basically, you can start generating an online income without having your own company, product, or service. You are leveraging the efforts of other educators, other companies out there that have put together some great quality products, but they do need a little bit of help in terms of promoting those particular products in the form of user reviews, testimonials, and actual case studies on people that have purchased and applied their courses, tools, and systems. So welcome everybody. Hopefully the audio is coming out loud and clear here for everyone. If you can go ahead and confirm that the audio is coming out pretty good, that would be fantastic. I am going to do a quick recap on some of the items that I had reviewed here recently. Now, this 12 o'clock internet marketing training series has a two-part format, okay? The first section caters to our group coaching and accountability members who are literally participating step by step along this particular series. They have the opportunity to email their action items, send in their questions and clarifications on the different campaigns and steps as we build out the website. Right now, it's really cool. We actually have a couple of grannies and grandpas that are going to be joining us for the series that are relearning the internet, and so I like to keep them in mind as I build out this series, so that if they can do it, literally anybody that is posting on Facebook, that is savvy with the internet, can apply and do the same. Now, once again, the training that we review and go over, it can be applied to any particular market or niche. We have people here that are in the education industry. We have people that come from a gaming, computer gaming background. We have business owners, real estate investors, and just a wide variety. I was talking to somebody yesterday who just got laid off, and they have a little bit of money saved up, and they were looking to do some traveling. And when they were searching online, they couldn't find any helpful travel websites or blogs. And so they reached out to me to, see if they can jump on this series and, create a website, if it's possible, to produce a website that is income producing in the travel industry or niche. And my answer to that was a big fat yes, absolutely. So definitely looking forward, to Stephanie and their group as they follow along in this web series. So I'll just recap a few things here. Lauren, go ahead and get your mic and webcam ready. Also get your slides up. Do want to confirm we had the updated slides that we are using for your particular series. So we have reviewed quite a few things already, but we ended our last session with a little bit of a game plan on here. As you guys can see, we got our website hosting installed. We've got a domain name purchase. Once again, there are walkthrough videos that you can use to set all this up, right? But from our last session, we're now going to be working off of a 7-day calendar. Okay, and the 7-day calendar is going to be our launch sequence for our income producing website. Okay, so day 1 is going to be the soft launch. Day 2 is going to be driving traffic. Number 3 is measuring and tracking data. Alright, again, I like to take the guesswork out of a lot of things that I do in terms of marketing campaigns, get it up to a point where I know for every X amount that we put in marketing wise, we can expect the following in terms of actual sales or people signing up to be a subscriber, and conversions and opt-ins. So we're going to break that down in more detail, and then we're also going to be talking about publishing your guest posts, free traffic, okay, free online traffic, and once again measuring and reviewing your particular analytics. Now the swipe files are available. Okay, and anything that we have reviewed on this session you guys would have access to in the resources section of where you are viewing this. Now, if you aren't already on our list for our daily internet marketing training, there should be a nice little pop-up window right above this particular post or this section. If you are viewing it on YouTube or in the website or blog of another content contributor, there will be contact information on there so that you can jump onto our list, stay on top of the latest updates, tips, and strategies. Also, if we have any scheduled changes. Okay, you know, as a thank you, you do get a complimentary access to our affiliate marketing membership community, and that is free of charge. We are also sending you a list of hot trends, keywords, topics that you can monetize and focus on here online. Some of the biggest questions that came up last week, Gil, we're still racking our brains as to what type of website to put together in terms of, you know, what industry or niche. We're not really sure. We're still trying to find our passion or something to talk about. Our fail-safe template, okay, something that will get you started right away, and anybody can do this. Go ahead and go on a financial journey or a success journey type of blog where you are documenting your experience in getting out of the rat race in the vehicle of your choice. So it may be in the form of a website. It may be in the form of internet marketing. It could be in the form of real estate. Maybe you are in a different company or program, and you know they are they're giving you some different tips and strategies. Document that journey, right? Or simply put, you can review our replays, right, and use that as your content platform, and you know, document your journey as you are implementing these steps. And building out an income producing website. And again, you can always modify it and change it as you move forward. The most important thing is that you get started, and you know, you start to take action towards launching an income producing website. Some of you do have existing websites already, which is great. You can modify some of the content in there or add this as a category on your website so that you can start to build a subscriber base. All right, Lilia, looks like we have you on the session. Fantastic. Please get your microphone ready. I want to touch base with you just to make sure that you've gotten a chance to review some of the training that I had sent you and that you have access to online. Anthony, get your mic ready as well. I will be touching base with you on a couple other updates and little tips and strategies so that we can implement for your particular blog site and website. Alright, so in the meantime, let me go ahead and transition here to Lauren. She handles the second component of this particular series, the first one, which is again catering to our group coaching students, our accountability partners, and our business clients, right? Different business owners from different niches. How do you translate this content, this training, and apply it to your particular business? So that's where Lauren comes into play. My section is the literally 101 follow along step by step and build out the website component, right? So Lauren, I'll go ahead and unmute you. Let's go ahead and see if we can hear you there on your end. Do a mic test for everybody, please. You are on self-mute, by the way.
Cool. You should be able to hear me now?
All right, perfect. So we can hear you loud and clear. I'm about to make you the presenter, which will allow you to share your screen. We got a nice little pop-up, so it looks like we can see the camera, the webcam on your end. And all right, so it's looking pretty good. Audio is coming out loud and clear. So let's go ahead and transition to your segment on here, where, you know, direct application to business owners in different companies and niches. You're also responding to, you know, hey, here's what we need right now, putting together those modules so that they can directly apply it into their different businesses. So I'll turn it over to you while you continue your series. We do have some new people joining us, so you might want to give a quick background on the segment that you're doing. That way everybody gets caught up to speed, especially if it's their first time here joining us. Go ahead.
Sounds great. Okay, you guys can hear me loud and clear?
Yep, loud and clear.
And you can see my screen, correct?
Yes, see the screen nice and
awesome,
clear.
perfect.
I'm making some adjustments here for everyone. Guys, if you want, you should be able to adjust the size of the webcams and the shared screen. So if you want to make it maximized so you can check out the content or read it a little bit clear, go ahead and do so. In the replays, I'll make the adjustments so that you guys would be able to review it in better detail. Now, as we go through this series, we're going to be talking about different vendors, tools, and resources that we use. Follow the step-by-step process or go through the video in its entirety first, and then go back, open the additional windows, that way you don't get lost and sidetracked. Alright? So go ahead, Lauren, take it away.
Perfect. Awesome. So just to catch you guys up, and for those that are just joining us, I'm a small business owner, and I connected with Gil because the fantastic content that he's giving us as far as lead generation, internet traffic, and all of that, I'm using to follow along just like you guys are to build out additional new business websites. However, I'm also applying it to my current business, which we do kids' birthday parties with live animals in Southern California. So it's being able to tie in the information not only to if you're looking to create an online business, but also helping out existing businesses, whether it's brick and mortar, service professionals, you know, like insurance agents, stuff like that, and just being able to apply this content because it's very relevant everywhere you look. So last week I touched first as far as, you know, once you kind of create content, whether it's a blog post or a video or whatever it might be, it was to go over how to share it on different sites. So putting it out and engaging in your social media, on YouTube, all sorts of different places. So that's what we talked about last week, is being able to get it out there. And then we started transitioning to being able to put it out and slightly tweaking it, because the biggest thing is you don't want to be a spammer. If you have the same information out there, you know, consistently, and you put it everywhere, that's going to be spamming because it's just the same thing everywhere. So what we want to do is basically whatever topic it is that you're talking about, it's to be able to create similar content, change it just slightly, put it into a different format, and then be able to get your message across on a whole bunch of other channels as well. So this segment is kind of about repurposing content, whether, you know, it's on your blog, you do article writing, a video, a forum, document sharing, all sorts of things like that, whatever it is that your topic might be on. So that was last week, and then from there we're going to go into a little more on different strategies as far as you know, getting found in the search engines versus traffic. Is it the same thing, or can you do it slightly differently? And that's what we started moving into last week, was looking at when you don't have Google rankings, because sometimes that takes time. Now, we do have strategies that can get you ranked a lot quicker than traditional ways, which they say is about 6 to 8 weeks. However, you know, either way, that there's a lot of different other traffic that you can start exploring that goes far beyond just thinking on Google and those kind of search engines. So to get on specific ones, definitely catch the replays, and then we're just going to jump in and continue where we left off last week. So on the example that I mentioned last week, before he was even ranked with his article in the search engines, he had put it out on different sites and ended up generating about 2,500 views, just putting the exact same thing on different stuff, which was really awesome. the thing there, so to look at, yes, you can have instant traffic by putting it in different aspects. So the bottom line is sometimes SEO can take some time. So if you're trying to generate, a boost in your business now, we all like a little bit of instant gratification. And so that's just the extra aspect as far as different ways to look at. So we talked a lot about syndicating, and then varying the content can literally start driving your traffic very quickly. So more ideas. Hey, guess what? You did a slideshow. That was one of the things. You can go ahead and take it and put it into other software. This is known as SlideShare, and this is independent. It will not show up on Google, but look at this. Somebody put their content up there. It ran for about 7-8 months, and that's over 20,000 views on one of them and about 15,000 views on the other. And this is not being found in Google search engines at all. So these are additional eyeballs that are looking and searching for things in different places. So this is just one example of where you can start to put your content and have it vary and get all sorts of other traffic sources.
Yeah, I want to add to that, Lauren. You talked about syndicating your content, and for those that are just getting started, generating an online income or building an income-producing website, syndicating content is just a fancy way of saying, where do you put your article? Where do you post your images? Where do you post your video so that it gets passed around on the internet, gaining additional traffic and eyeballs? The equivalent of this is like having, a corner store on the busiest intersection in your city. That is prime real estate. That is prime location, right? If you want to generate foot traffic at a corner store, you want to stand on busy intersections handing out flyers. So the same applies on the internet, where when you post your information, your content, your pictures, your videos in key areas and places, you're getting eyeballs onto your website. I have a 9 a.m. training session that I specifically focus for real estate professionals and investors, and some of our best leads we are getting in these hidden little nooks and crannies that nobody's even checking out. SlideShare is one of those hidden niches where you can get additional eyeballs and exposure that most of the mainstream and your competitors are not even looking into or checking out, right? So for something like this, it's very small on the screen, but that says 15,000 views. The other one says 20,000 views. All right, there's also comments, and there's people downloading that type of content and information, right? So how many, that's 15,000 people looking at your company, looking at your offer, getting to know who you are if you are trying to promote yourself as an authority figure. So definitely think about that. Also, with syndicating content, we have members that are part of our accountability series that are, I haven't even launched our new website yet, right? We haven't gotten to that point. We're still kind of in the pre-launch, getting to the launch phase. But they're already getting customers and paying subscribers because they're posting the videos online. It's getting passed around by Google, so now they're getting phone calls, they're getting emails for people saying, hey, I saw your stuff, I'd like to get involved, or how do I sign up for training, or where do I purchase this manual that you referenced in your particular video, right? So again, syndicating content, you can generate sales in a short amount of time without having to have everything already in place. Right? So go ahead, Lauren, just wanted to jump in and add to that there.
Of course, yeah, jump in anytime. Cool, so this is just one idea that I'm going to share as far as other hidden niches. If you guys, for those of you that are in the group coaching, we definitely share more of these little gems, such as SlideShare, where you can start to get additional traffic. Then you can take it a step further and take your SlideShare, so you created a little PowerPoint, specifically, what we talked about with content. Hey, if you did a video, an article, stuff like that. This would be take the same content, now make it a slideshow in PowerPoint so you can upload it to SlideShare. Then you don't even have to stop there. You can continue. And this was, a very ninja little trick. Take this and then share it over on Pinterest and start pinning it to your board. So that's just another aspect, that you can actually take a whole entire PowerPoint presentation and pin it onto Pinterest as well. So pretty much you can use Pinterest plus your content and start getting other eyeballs. So whether or not, eventually, if your content's getting popular on Pinterest, it will show up in Google. But until that time, you're still getting all the people that are on Pinterest or other types of social media sites seeing your content before the search engines have even found it. So that's pretty cool. From there, just an idea with Pinterest, just general things. But look at this. A picture of a couch got 300, I can't even quite read it, like 392 views. A picture of money, 84 views. So there's a lot of eyeballs just viewing random different things on Pinterest. And you can definitely start putting your content up there because it's just people browsing and looking at different things. More eyeballs on your websites, more customers hitting that. Cool. So kind of back to tying in with Google and traffic. Google and SEO ranking is definitely important. That means that it's getting found on the internet by those search engines, which is definitely something that we want to go to. But just to get an idea is that Google and all of that stuff in traffic is not the end-all be-all. Why? Because Google has this fancy little thing called an algorithm. It's all the scientific stuff that determines if and when and how your content and your website will get made into, the search engines and be found by the people searching for you. And Google likes to change that, and nobody knows exactly what it is, so it's just through trial and error, which means when Google decides to change that up, suddenly whatever you've been doing that might be getting you found on Google might end up changing, and you have to go start back at square one. That's something, if you're marketing online, it's just something that's not going to change. It's just a part of it. But that's definitely why we emphasize the fact that, don't look at just getting found on Google as the end-all, be-all. There's other forms of traffic. So when they change things up, guess what? The really good people that have a solid foundation and understand that there's other traffic sources don't panic. They might go pump, more of their time and effort into those other, syndication type strategies and putting it out there, on Pinterest or SlideShare, and really going heavy if suddenly Google changes things up and you're not getting found, until they start to, okay, well, here's how Google works again, and then they start getting to be shown. But just to keep aware of that Google does change things, so that's why you don't want to put all of your focus and commitment into just ranking on Google or other kind of search engines, because they do like to change the formula every so often. Currently, right now, social media engagement is a huge factor in ranking. That's why a lot that we've tied into is, hey, how do you go put that in and tie in your social media and start to get engagement and more eyeballs, because that's currently what's definitely boosting people getting found on Google. Something to add there, Gil?
Yeah, a couple things. Somebody was typing in. It sounds like somebody's bumping into the mic. Sorry, I had a fan blowing here in the background, but that should be corrected by now. And I also want to add to, although Google wakes up one day, they change something in their algorithm, and all of a sudden it throws things into whack. That's what I like about, definitely surrounding yourself with active marketers, people that are in the industry, in the trenches, like yourself and the other contributors that we have on here. Guys, I don't care if you're just getting started on the internet. Like I said, we have grandmas and grandpas that are joining us on this accountability series, which I'm really excited about. And then we also have internet entrepreneurs that are doing well over 6 figures on a monthly basis in terms of business and overall production. The practices that we share with you guys on these sessions are what we call white hat or the good stuff, right? I mean, it's like with anything that you do, there's always a good side, there's always a bad side, or kind of like that gray area where it might be too aggressive. So the practices that we're sharing with you here are what we found to be best practices. And if we've tested something and then like I've gotten banned from so many different social networking sites over and over, it's ridiculous, right? So at least we can tell you what not to do so that you don't spend countless hours and marketing dollars that go down the drain. So definitely want to throw that in there so that people understand, and like, these are best tips, these are acceptable in the industry, and you're not pulling stuff that's way too aggressive that would get you totally blacklisted, right? So go ahead, Lauren.
Yeah, and it's exactly, kind of touching in on that. It's also the stuff that's working now, and that's definitely the biggest part about being on these webinars, because, you know, we're learning and active doing this stuff. And if anything changes or suddenly, hey, this worked, you know, even whatever it might be, yeah, this was really important, you know, 6 months ago. However, not so much right now. You know, turn your energies and focus somewhere slightly different, because things are always changing. Tying back to, you know, the first webinars about the who moved my cheese aspect, and you just kind of got to roll with it. You know, if right now the priority is, you know, X, you know, task, and that's where you're spending your time, awesome. But then don't get so, you know, hung up on it that when somebody says, well, you know what, I think you should check this out and do it, just roll with it. And that's the biggest key on, you know, all of this, is just to be open-minded. We're doing, you know, and testing all the time on what works currently, and always, you know, adjusting course as needed. Cool. So here's another thing. Now going back to Google, this was just a great example. I typed in chocolate chip cookie recipes on one side and cookie recipes on the other. If you notice, the way that Google's definitely, you know, trending is that the more images, the more engagement, and the more videos are suddenly getting more popular. And the interesting thing is chocolate chip cookie is definitely more popular, and people are trying to rank for that versus just cookie recipe. And also, just something to keep in mind with that, that's why you want to vary your content, is because some people might really be attracted to a video, say, you know, hey, here's, you know, chocolate chip cookies over here. Oh, they're more interested in video. Whereas somebody over here just looking for cookies, oh, there's no videos, so they're not quite as interested. Maybe they're going to go back and try searching for something else if they want to find video results. So that's definitely why, you know, tying back in as far as whatever your message is, put it in a lot of different formats, because when you're searching, different people like different things. Maybe other people can't stand videos and they just want articles. So that's why you definitely want to be able to vary your content to be able to connect with whatever format it is that your customer is gravitating towards. So on those, which results were you more attracted to? You know, there's certain ones, you know, maybe you really like watching videos. Maybe you prefer pictures, whatever that might be. But also just keep in mind, Google, the more popular the keywords, and especially, you know, we're talking about doing all of that, the more, it's definitely going a more visual aspect, whether it's videos or photos and things like that. That's definitely what the results are showing up on the really popular words on search engines. So that's kind of an indication of where things are headed, that you have to start branching out and getting different types of media involved with whatever it is that you're trying to get your point across. And in there, just like I said, make sure to put your content in a lot of different forms to be in front of people. Continuing in with rankings, this is kind of a ninja way to get around your competition. Now, I'll use, you know, my business, for example. We do kids' birthday parties with animals. So initially when, you know, I kind of got started marketing all of this before I had, you know, awesome skills, is I just put, okay, well, we do petting zoos in Los Angeles, so that was the keywords that I tried to rank for. Petting zoos Los Angeles. Well, you know what? There's definitely a lot of competition. And what I realized is that, okay, that's kind of, you know, once people figure out what their birthday party is, okay, well, they're thinking animals. Then, okay, well, what kind of animals? So they're having to figure out all of this information to the time that they finally decide, hey, I want a petting zoo for my birthday party. Then they're going to go ahead and search for that. So that's the way that I used to aspect and approach marketing for my business. However, what the biggest thing that you want to do is you actually want to start getting to people and kind of going around your competition, because that's what your competition does. Everybody wants to be known. If they have a petting zoo company, they want to be known for Petting Zoos Los Angeles. However, what's the thought process of that customer? Where is it that they first start? Well, instead of searching for the solution, most of us tend to search for an answer to our problem. So customers instead are searching for the problem, and that's the kind of keywords that they would type in, like maybe, you know, birthday party ideas. So they want to figure out what kind of a theme they're thinking first before they even go through the thought process of getting down to a petting zoo. Same thing like with a plumber. A plumber is a highly competitive type thing. So, you know, rather than searching for a plumber in Los Angeles, you know, initially, I know my thing too, if I have a stopped toilet, before I'm going to hire an expensive plumber, I might try to, go on Google and see if I can get a solution for my problem first, kind of a do-it-yourself option. I might say, ways to unclog a toilet, or how do you fix a leaky toilet or a running toilet or something that's gummed up. So I might actually try to do that first before I'm going to go and search out the professional. So just an idea with that is just to kind of problem solve, hey, what is it that your target audience is looking for before they actually come up to, you and your, keywords. Yeah, I am a petting zoo company in Los Angeles. However, it would be more of a ninja tactic to reach them before, when they're in the brainstorming or party planning stage, because none of my competitors are marketing there. If the plumber put out a video, and remember, all about content, so they might put a video, an article, a blog post, all on that on, okay, your toilet is running, here's how to try it yourself. And it's all about value. So if a plumber produces a video saying, hey, here's some do-it-yourself ways to try to see if you can stop your, running toilet. So if you go ahead and try doing all of that stuff, then at the very end he teaches you and he says, hey, if you did all of that and it didn't work, well, I think it's time to call a professional. By the way, I am a professional plumber in Los Angeles. So he's already built a rapport, given them value on how to solve their problem, and if for some reason, their problem wasn't able to get solved, then they already like and trust him. Chances are they're gonna at least, call him or reach out to him first before they even went to Google searching for a plumber in Los Angeles. So that's just a way to start reaching and kind of figuring out where people are before they go and search for you along with all of your competitors. So yeah, if you can figure out the initial problem or what they're searching for, that's gold.
While you switch over your slides there, Lauren, definitely want to add to that. Other ways you can get to your market that your competition is not doing, right? And the way Lauren structured that, because we have a series right now, like I'm doing a series on squeeze pages, right? How to craft an effective squeeze page. We're getting as high as 65% of people that hit that squeeze page enter their name and email, right? So when you start out with this particular model that Lauren showed you, right, where they're searching for a problem, how to unclog a drain, okay? And as a plumber, I can have a lead magnet, 3 easy solutions or 3 steps that you can do to unclog a house toilet or a bathroom toilet or something, right? Enter your name and email on here, or click here and there's a YouTube video there on your website, right? So you now have this person that's going on there. It allows you to connect, build value. They get something in exchange. If those tips do not work despite their attempts to try it out, maybe they may have a bigger problem on their hands, okay? Then the first person they're going to call is the person that created that video, and hopefully you followed our template on how to tag, put the proper citations, and have your phone number on there, so people will just go ahead and call and inquire about it, or send an email, or whatever your clear call to action is. So I love that model where you take them through this lens, this particular frame, and you can build trust without ever really having to get on the phone or build a branding credibility without having to do a full-on consultation, just in the form of a digital asset that you put in place, and over time get 100,000, 20, like 30,000 views on it, right, for something that took you 15 minutes to put together, as opposed to what media companies are charging nowadays, right, to design all these different videos and ads. But what does that get you at the end of the day? So we'll explore more on how to build those effective campaigns out. Go ahead, Lauren.
Cool. Awesome. So the biggest thing is that Google wants to provide good content. Why? Well, they're in the business to make money. They want the customer, which is you, whoever's coming to a search engine, to be able to find the answers, because if you had a good experience, you'll come back to Google. So that's Google's thing on why they want to provide good content. How do they know if it's good content? Well, right now they're definitely looking at social engagement being feedback. People are very interested in it. It tells Google, hey, well, that must be good content because, 20,000 people also liked this video and viewed it and watched it and whatever it might be, or they shared the content, or, they commented on the blog post, whatever it is. Those are indications to Google that's saying, hey, well, that person, obviously, it was something worthy because other people were engaged on it. So basically, Google wants to, their client module is, hey, somebody's confused. So they go to Google, they do a search, they find their answers, and now they're happy. So that's basically what Google wants to do. So how do we, comply with that and give Google what it wants? Well, the biggest thing is don't overstress it. Whatever it is that your niche or whatever it is that you're doing, chances are, and pretty much a guarantee, that at least a little bit more than the average person does. So the biggest thing is you only need to be one page ahead of the student. So it doesn't matter if you don't feel that you're a particular expert and say, Gil mentioned earlier about somebody interested in a travel website. You don't have to be a professional travel agent right the moment. You don't even have to be a world traveler. However, just to go out and start getting experience doing that, they probably have more experience traveling, maybe backpacking or whatever that angle might be, than the average person. So you don't have to worry about being the expert to provide good content. Just write it whatever stage that you're at, because chances are you're a little further into the process than the person that's looking for your content. Other ideas, if you're kind of stuck on what it is to provide good content, answer your own questions. If you have a question on, hey, there was, maybe something that we mentioned on this webinar, if you're going to go, Google it and find an answer, hey, answer the question. That just provided good content. Whatever it might be, if you have a question, figure it out, do some research, get the answer. That can be a blog post or a video that you go ahead and do, which is great content because you had a question and now you got the answer and now you're sharing the answer with other people. Or, if you get to the stage that you don't have very much questions or very many questions anymore, go ahead and answer other people's questions. Especially if you're a business owner, we get a lot of common questions, when people are calling in about birthday parties with animals. There's a lot of them that pretty much all of them are going to ask. A big one, hey, do they poop? And I'm like, well, they're animals. Yes. But do we clean up? Yes. So that's a common question we get asked all the time. I don't know if I want to shoot a video necessarily on poop, but it's just an example as far as whatever people are frequently asking you. Yeah, Gil, you want me to shoot a video on poop?
I mean, we'll find a way to put a spin on it, those videos go viral.
I know.
I mean,
it's a bonus. You get free fertilizer with your petting zoo.
Elephant has accident at kid's birthday party. Tell me how that's not a title that would go viral on Facebook,
Hey, I like that. Well, I've had giant python poops all over the front yard. So anywho's, whatever it is that might happen, that's just all content out there on Google. So definitely, whatever the frequently asked questions are in your industry, that could be a good one to shoot videos about as well. Anything to add to that one?
No, actually I do. Somebody here was typing in, can you guys kind of take us through that whole problem solution model again in content creation? If you guys have, this is part of a series, okay? So there are videos prior to this one that build up to today's session. And you can access the replays so that you can get caught up to speed and get an idea of where we are in the process. Some of you are already, active in internet marketing, so you're good to go. Fine, great. But do check out the replay so you can kind of build up towards it, right? So I'll share with you another example on here and break down how one of our accountability members is already generating online sales without a formal actual website. Lauren, I'm going to pull the screen back over to my end.
Okay.
And then we'll jump back to yours here in a bit and show my screen. This one. Okay, perfect. So that one's going. Let me get a YouTube channel. So for example, the new website that I'm launching is built around the idea or premise and that you can generate an income producing website. This idea came about since we did a little over 20,000 just in the form of a website recently, right? And it was really interesting because I'm part of different mastermind groups, right? You know, you definitely have to surround yourself with people that will challenge you, inspire you, and show you a little thing or two about best practices. And my best tip for you guys is whoever it is, you know, that group that you're going to surround yourself with, they better be hitting the results that you'd like to go after, right? Because that's really what you're buying into, or you know, what you want to get at the end of the day. So let me take you through. So the website that we're launching is a website that's going to show people how to generate an online income and how they can build this out step by step. So when somebody is interested or wants to get started generating an online income, they face basic challenges. What are some of those problems, right? First of all, they don't know where to start, or they're not familiar with websites and blogging in general. All right, they've heard of people going online and making money blogging. They're like, what the heck is that? So this particular series is designed to first take somebody through that process of, oh, okay, this is the website, these are the different components involved with it, here are the crucial pages, and here's how it all works. So it's a 101 overview of how the business model will work in the form of a website, right? Then the next problem that they'll face, once they understand how, okay, we're supposed to create different blog posts and different videos, I get that. How do I design or build a website? I am not a web programmer. I don't come from an IT background, right? So we've created these videos, you know, how to buy a domain name and explaining what a domain name is, right? So if I click on this particular video, it'll allow somebody to watch the video and learn how to buy a domain name so that they can try it out for themselves and, you know, start to achieve those small wins. So they've gotten information on how to buy a domain name, right? Now, what's the next thing they're going to do? It's like, well, heck, what do we do with this domain name? We need a hosting account. So then we put together a video on what is web hosting and how do you connect your domain name to your web hosting account. How to piece that all together, right? Gradually taking them through step by step. Here's how to install WordPress, which is going to be the main platform we are building our website out of. I explain in detail why we are using WordPress as opposed to any other platform out there. Check out the previous segments so that you can get a bird's eye view or get up to speed on that. Right, so it starts to take them through this process, and when they start making money online, they're going to type in stuff like how to make money online, how to buy a domain name, how to install WordPress. So these are the things that you know, I'm getting into the mind, I'm putting myself in the shoes, and this is what we all went through when we got started here on the internet, right? And so one of the benefits of our group coaching and our group accountability program is that you have access to the original videos without any tags, without any information on there. What do I mean by that? For example, I have a video on here on how to install a WordPress theme. Now, in the video, it's tagged with my email and all my contact information, right? So our members, for example, the ones that have generated sales already, have original video files. They upload it in their own YouTube channels as their post, okay? And right underneath in the description, for example, let me take you to web hosting. It's a more concrete example. How to connect, how to buy a web hosting account, this one, right? So in this simple 5-minute video that I had put together, you would download it, upload it in your own respective YouTube channel, and help somebody out in your area who's looking for how to buy web hosting. Are you wondering if people are searching how to buy web hosting? Let me how to buy web hosting. Let's let that search and load up. There are approximately 136 million searches. So there's a lot of people searching on how to buy web hosting. But when you upload your videos into YouTube and you tag it and follow the template we set you, somebody in your immediate geographic area will be able to see this video, right? And it walks them through it step by step. And the video has a specific call to action. If you're interested, take a look at the description of the video. There's going to be a link and resources to the vendors that we talk about. And the affiliate link is in the description, alright? So now whoever's viewing the video gets to watch your video, and you've given them, you've made their lives a whole lot easier by saying, well, here are the web hosting companies I talked about, alright, which is your affiliate link. And in this particular video, we talk about how to buy web hosting through HostGator. And I believe they are generating anywhere from minimum $50 in affiliate commissions online. Right? So that's how some of our subscribers are shortcutting or putting themselves on the fast track even before they have a website, in the form of these user-friendly how-to help and tutorial videos. Right? So from a content standpoint, you don't even really have to worry about generating content. Our main, we do that for you on a regular and daily basis, because you guys are already busy, but you do have the option to build your own simple walkthrough videos. Watch my video, mirror it step by step, and create your own how-to instructional video and tag it with your particular affiliate link. So to go back to what Lauren was saying earlier, right, the whole problem model, these are the problems, these are the questions that people are typing in, and we are providing the information so that they can get an answer. And if they want to move forward or are looking for one-on-one coaching, hand-holding, or troubleshoot and tech support, then they have the opportunity to join one of our, to join as a paying subscriber to our website, or to purchase a course or package, which is what they are looking for. And Anthony, that's what I wanted to talk to you more about, and Lauren as well, on the whole pre-screening process, so that you know what recommendations to make for viewers that view the video and that are starting to engage you from these particular posts, right? Now, these are all raw files. We haven't even, we're literally building this thing out step by step, so you get to follow along and see the evolution on how we're putting this together. But even just off of simple videos like this, we do have members that are generating their first couple of online sales, paying subscribers, and transactions, right? Any questions to that from the group? Is it kind of clear how I explained it? For some of you, this is a totally new concept. But let me know if this, at least if it makes sense, right? I want to make sure it's definitely making sense. Somebody was asking, how does this apply to real estate, Gil? Well, you can create a video on credit repair, okay? Give 3 simple tips that anybody can do for free to boost up their credit repair. And at the end of your video, in the description, okay, in the description of the post, you can have different credit repair companies that they can call on. Preferably companies that you've done business with or that you've checked them out. That's how we do business. We want to make sure any affiliate offers that go out there are either companies that we are intimately involved in, we are a paying customer, or they are a vendor for us, right? And you can have those credit repair companies make those recommendations and generate referrals from them, right? So that's for credit repair companies. And the same applies in any under market niche. Anthony says, good to go. I don't go through Fiverr for that one, Chris. It depends on the type of post, because it tends to jack up and skew our numbers. Like, we're not sure where the original like is coming from. Are these organic people? Are these robots? But if it's just a post and we want to create the image that it is a major big company, or that there's a following behind it, then we may use that vendor to build up that type of branding or social media approval, so to speak, right? Anthony says, good to go. Okay, perfect. So glad that is clear. All right, Lauren, so I'll transition back to you here, let you continue on your series. And anything else on your end?
No, that was very good.
All right, perfect. So you're good with your segment, or did you still have a couple more slides you need to review?
I have a couple more slides, unless you want to just transition to yours. It's up to you.
Okay. Now, I think we'll keep it at that so far. I'll do a quick recap, and I want to touch base with some of our active group members, since they are they've got some open action items that need to be reviewed and talked about. What can we use to record videos? I use Camtasia on my Windows PC, and I think they have it on Mac as well. On Mac, they have a 30-day free trial, and they may have that on PC. Before I buy anything, I like to Google the company and type in offers or discounts at the end of the search so that I can find other ways to bootstrap and maximize whatever my budget is. So I would recommend those, right? For those that are in our group program, you do have access to these original source files that have no branding, so you can tack your email, your contact info on there, and you'll be able to start promoting your own affiliate links for these particular products, right? Yeah, original videos. I will email it to you online. We're using a third-party website to send large files, and it seems to be working pretty well here for the group. Okay, so while we do that, Steve, go ahead and unmute yourself. Any clarifications as to the content? You are spearheading and organizing the accountability group, the people that are following along step by step. You're also help field some of the group coaching questions as you yourself is applying this. Any clarifications on the content that we just reviewed and talked about?
No, super clear.
Okay, excellent. Looks like you might have a call coming in there in the background. Now, Anthony let me see if I can get you unmuted so we can get into a dialogue. So everybody's pretty clear on this so far, right? I'll blow through my little segment. I don't know, do we have time to review my stuff? I did want to... Well, we're going to touch on Facebook and edit. You know what? Let me go through my segment first. We have about 10 minutes in the live on our session, so that will allow me to kind of go through what I've had for you guys here today. And some of you are also asking about, as we go through the launch website, Gil, we still need more ideas on content creation. So I'm going to revisit the topic that Lauren reviewed or talked about a couple weeks ago, which is Facebook pages. Okay, now with Facebook page, let me just edit this video right here so that we don't have this in the replay, but you guys should still be able to see it. Bingo. All right. So Facebook pages. Now, when you are, as you're building out your website, your income blog, and you are searching for what your particular market niche is doing and where your subscribers are, you're getting ideas. One of those content creation ideas that I go to is Facebook pages. All right, start a conversation with other indirect and direct competition and Facebook pages in your particular industry. For example, I am active in the real estate market, and so I participate in real estate forums and real estate fan pages about real estate, right? Now, you want to start doing some monitoring and engagement, right? Now, what does this mean? You can find other sites in your target market and start talking to the actual consumers or the people that are in that niche. Users who are commenting on posts made by other Facebook fan pages in your niche are very engaged, right? And that's the type of engagement that you are looking for. That's the people that you want to network with or start to build a relationship so that they can provide you good feedback, not only about your blog, but about new content that you can put out there into the marketplace, right? Now, how many should you add and track in terms of Facebook fan pages? I suggest starting out with about 10 to 15 Facebook fan pages, which is a good mix of a direct competition and indirect competition. And you can add them to the pages to watch section. Lauren does a nice little breakdown video on how you can access Facebook fan pages, and we'll have a series very similar to like our WordPress series, where you can follow along on different Facebook how-to instructional videos. Start typing the names of the influential pages in your marketplace. Facebook will begin to suggest other pages based on traffic, based on engagement, and overall participation. So those are the other fan pages. Maybe you only know of one or two, but they are the major competitors and players. Facebook will help you by providing other suggestions that you can add as well. Now, once you've added these pages onto your watch list, right? Read their posts, monitor their engagement on their posts, and start commenting as well. Okay? If people are posting questions for them, right? Answer the questions on those Facebook branded pages, okay? Because that's going to start to brand you and build you up as a credible authority, or just somebody that is very helpful and active in that particular niche. I tell you this time and time again, you do not have to be an expert on a particular subject matter. Just the fact that you are active in the trenches doing something, you do bring a very unique perspective, and that's the type of content that even the top authority in your market or niche is looking for. Live in the trenches, here's my experience, here's my review, here's how I'm doing this type of posts, okay? So Facebook fan pages, 10 to 15, check them daily, jot down some ideas, and start to engage with other people that's commenting on those. Because as they see you writing out and responding to questions, they'll eventually check out your particular fan page, your website, and start to add you onto their particular network. And this is what I'm going to talk more about with you, Anthony, as we build this out, right? So I want to make sure we stay on track. I have a website that I'm launching as part of this series, and we've got a bare bones one that we can start to put meat on the bones. So let me bring you up to speed on what a day one soft launch looks like, which is, for me, it's going to be tomorrow. That is my official day one launch of this new website that we are building and piecing together, right? Now, this is basically showtime, folks. When it comes to your day one launch, and you're always going to start and reference your editorial calendar. Okay, where do you get the editorial calendar? That is part of the swipe files, and there will be a description here on where you can access the main editorial calendar so that you can fill this in and apply it to your own particular website or blog. Let me check some of the questions popping up on here. Jean is asking, on Facebook, is there a way to keep business and family separate? Jean, that is a great question. Let me transition here and show you how I manage to keep them separate. So for example, we are now looking at my main Facebook page, and this is one of the biggest challenges that most professionals, business owners, and marketers face, right? How do I juggle both? Lauren does an entire segment on that. You gotta check it out. It's in our replays in the YouTube channel. But I'll talk to you about my best practices and some of the snippets from that segment. So for example, when I post content, right, I can specifically target certain people or certain people on a specific list. So for example, this is a public post that everybody can see, and I'm okay with that, right? I don't care if my family or my friends see it. It's a pretty generic enough post. But I can also make posts that only certain lists, let's say, I'm active in MMA, in mixed martial arts. So if I only wanted them to see the post, then I could target that particular audience, right? My mom doesn't need to see me get beat up on the weekends when I do endurance race, or when I go into a kickboxing match or a sparring match, right? So I may just want to have that audience take a look at it. So you can build specific lists and limit the posts that people will see. Okay, you can also create third-party fan pages, right? For example, I have a fan page on here which allows me to separate my content. If you go on this fan page, this is my professional, this is my business and local person type of fan page. So if your friends and family don't like that fan page, or you don't have to target them, let's say you're building a subscriber base, then only they will see the content. But that's what I'm doing so that I can limit the eyeballs, or that, I'm not promoting something that isn't applicable to a different target audience. Jean, hopefully that helps. I know you mentioned thank you on there, but that's some of the ways you can start to build lists. Let me show you too how the whole list thing works. I just approved all my friend requests. But when you have a particular friend, here you go, friends, and then you add them to your list, and then you can move them around in different lists at that point, right? So you put your mouse over the person, click on the friends, and then just move them into different lists. right? So, I mean, I don't want to have 100 Facebook accounts. I just want one main one that I can build out and monetize at the same time, right? Like, I don't just post on Facebook for the heck of it. There's always a promotion going on there. There's always brand building. There's always an income revenue generating activity. Some may not be immediate, right? Like these YouTube ones, they're not necessarily immediate that can generate a sale on the fly, but a sale may happen in the next week, 30 days, or down the line. Right? We will talk about immediate fast strategies that you can generate sales and build a list quickly, but just give you a perspective on that. Gene says, yeah, that helped. Troubled by that question for a while. Okay, perfect. So let me continue on here with our editorial calendar, right? So I've updated my editorial calendar. Last weekend got really busy. I had a 2-day certification at our mixed martial arts gym, and so I need to move some stuff around. Life happens, right? So my official launch date of my website is going to be tomorrow, which means I need to have all my plugins installed. And again, the plugins, all that good stuff is in our breakdown video. So I'm just going to execute and make it happen. So I've updated my timetables now for the remainder of the month of April. Okay, and I know what I'm posting on what day and who's going to create that post, right? The vehicle here tells me what type of post I am creating. For those of you in our group coaching and done for you component, there's always new content we're creating every day. So in a fail-safe scenario, even if you are in the how to make money online niche or financial journey, you can directly apply the content we're creating and post it on your particular blog. Right? You are like the editor, you're like the publisher featuring content on your particular website. Right? So I literally just have to start filling this in so that I have a plan for the remainder of April, which I can modify and trade out. I know what categories I'm talking about, keywords, I just have to fill that in, and who is writing the post. Now, if you're a one-man, one-woman operation, it may be a little bit daunting, but there are ways, and we talked about curated content and guest posting that will allow you to leverage the time and efforts of other people. Okay, I think that segment was not lead magnets, launching the blog. Here we go, launching the blog and the types of content, right? Fast ways that you can have content created without you racking your particular brains. And we've got it down to science where, hey, look, just apply our content, run it on your blog, and trust in the process here while you create your original content. But you don't have to get stuck. You can definitely keep on moving forward. Okay, so what else is going to happen as part of our launch sequence tomorrow? What else are we going to be focusing on and doing? Well, number one, we're going to have 15 posts that's going to go live on our initial website. So if you guys notice, I have about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Today makes 15. Right? So now I have 15 videos that I'm going to post on my website. So I'm going to go from having a bare bones website, which is howtomakemoneyonlinegpc.com. You guys can check this out. There's nothing on there right now. So it's going to go from a bare bones website to having 15 different video posts. And I'm going to have the text files extracted from these video posts. And yes, if you're part of our group coaching and accountability, you will have access to these files too, so that I will have articles that will go along with my video, right? So you kind of see how this is all coming together, and again, why I say that there is a done for you component to this. Now, people are going to tell me, well, isn't the content too similar to the same? Of course, you're going to put your own spin to it. You can swipe the files, but please try to edit at least the contact information, right? So that they sign up on your list or it's your affiliate link. But you're going to sprinkle in your own voice, your own content, your own take on things. You don't have to just swipe the files. That's just a worst case scenario so that you have a blog that is set up for success, or that is based on a model that it is income and revenue generating. Okay, so we'll have these 15 different posts go up. That's going to be part of our launch sequence, and I'm going to start to invite people on my Facebook page. I'm going to have friends and family take a look at the site, start to browse it. Okay, give me some feedback. Now, what are they going to do? What kind of feedback are you looking for? As people browse through the live version of the website, okay, you want to make sure that the posts are appearing, and if there's any corrections like spelling, or the video is upside down, something, we can troubleshoot some of those posts. The second thing you want to look out for is, are the forms working? Okay, we are going to strategically place on this website different capture mechanisms, so when somebody clicks this, they can join the list. When somebody reads this article, they have an option to join the list. It's having a lot of hooks out when we're fishing so that we can increase our likelihood of catching some fish and building our subscriber base, right? So that's the next next thing to focus on, is making sure that all the forms are working. Last but not the least, we want to make sure that our Google Analytics, or that we have some sort of tracking code installed and it's working effectively, so that we can start to accrue data and we can use that data to improve our connection, our marketing, and building our subscriber base. Our goal is 1,000 subscribers within the first month. That's going to be our main focus on goals. So we either hit that goal first before we move on to any other major metrics with regards to the website, like conversion rate, opt-in rate, open rate, click-through rate, building a subscriber first. Okay? Normally somebody will ask me, well, Gil, why do we build the website first as opposed to, designing a product, right? Again, the product is kind of like your inventory in terms of a store, right? Or let's look at it from a car analogy. Okay, the product, that's like wheels. The website is the car. What are you going to go buy first if you just got your driver's license? Are you going to buy a car, or are you going to buy wheels, aftermarket products? You'll start with a car. Might not be the best car on the lot. Maybe you're starting out with a limited budget. That's okay. Maybe you have a lot of money to spend. Either way, the website is the vehicle that's going to take us from point A, which is 0 subscribers, $0 per month in income and revenue, up to a point where you have 1,000 subscribers and you're generating and hitting some serious financial goals tied to that. Could be a little bit, it could be a lot, right? We have members that are happy generating a couple $100 a month, and then we also have contributors that are doing well within the 6-figure range, just from ad space. So different ways that you can set it up. At the end of the day, the goal is an income-producing website. All right. So analytics, we need that information. We want to make sure that is definitely working. Now, once you have the blog looking and functioning the way you want it to, you're going to continue to move forward with the soft launch. You're going to get feedback. Okay. Start your soft launch by having your coworkers, colleagues, and friends take a look at your blog. You can go on. You can join a business networking group, and you can have them review your site. That way, you're not getting hammered by feedback that's too close to home. If my brother is very critical, and so if I ask for his feedback and information, he's going to just lay it on and just be honest and direct. And if something sucks, he's going to tell me. And if I'm a little bit of a softie and I'm sensitive, that's going to hurt my feelings, right? And I don't want to get, I don't want to feel bad. It's just feedback that we are getting. But when you do ask for feedback, they will give it to you. So if you're not comfortable with your immediate market or relationships, join a business networking or a marketing group, and you can get feedback that way. Or, right, go onto a Facebook page and forum and see what other members think of your new website. Little ninja ways to get them onto your subscribers list, right? Social media. We are going to use social media to ramp up the soft launch by inviting social media connections or your existing email contacts to give you feedback. You can also get professional opinion. Okay, professional opinion from your direct or indirect competitors on your particular website. All right. Last but not the least, you definitely want to take note if anything is busted. Ask people to notify you if they find that things are broken or out of place. Right. Again, opt-in boxes, image or video is supposed to load or start. It didn't happen. That's what some of the things we're going to take note of on our day one launch. So, where am I? I have a website. I have followed all these steps right here, step by step. Okay, I understand where I'm coming from, how this website's going to work, and the different components into it. I've got the technical side where I've installed and have a website up and running. Now I'm going to put some meat on the bones and start to put some content on this particular website. Now, some of you are not using WordPress right now, right? You're using a different blogging platform. That is okay. That is a great place to start, especially if you're really new to building out digital assets. Use your blogging platform in order to start your website process and building up your subscribers base, right? So for example, Lilia, you're going to be using a separate viral blogging platform. Use that, but apply what we're talking about in terms of the content that you are going to post on your particular site. Okay, Andy, I know you have an e-commerce store, right? So you're going to want to modify some of the stuff here based on our updates, or just focus on the segment on driving traffic to your e-commerce store. All right, any questions, clarifications on this item? Go ahead and type it in. I will review that for a second. Andrew says, okay, thanks. All right, perfect. Anything else? Anything else here that we can address here for the group? Alright, so day one, tomorrow is our big launch, guys. So what I'm going to do tonight is I'm going to start adding my content to my website. I want to make sure all my plugins are installed. And then I'm going to start filling in the bones and troubleshooting the site tomorrow on the soft launch. Alright, day two, we're going to talk about boosting it with traffic on the following day. Once we have a site that is working, people are giving us feedback, and we're going to start to add more traffic sources. You don't open a store without any products on the shelf to sell, or products to promote, right? Or content and information. So we're now going to have some content and information. We have some affiliate links that we can tie to these videos to monetize the website. That sets us up. Now we need to drive some traffic to see how the site is working and converting, if people are responding to it, joining the list, or purchasing products. That's going to be our day two. Now, I do need to take a quick break. Steve, if you can monitor the chat lines, I'm going to make you a presenter here. And go ahead and try to get Anthony on as well. I don't know if, can you unmute or try to get Anthony on? I'll unmute him right now, see if you guys can get into a dialogue. I have to run to the restroom for a quick minute. I'll be right back. Steve, Anthony, you guys should be unmuted. Get your mics going.
Steve, can you hear me? Hey, Steve, can you hear me? Mic check. Steve, can you hear me?
I am back. All right, Steve, that's an interesting screen you got going on today. I'm gonna jump back and put it back here on mine as the presenter.
Hey, Gil, can you hear me?
Yes, Anthony, can hear you loud and clear. Do you have a headset on?
Awesome. I do, yes.
Okay, somebody. Whose audio is that?
I'm wearing the same thing you're wearing.
Ah, nice. I get an echo for some reason. I'm not sure why we're getting an echo. Do you have your speakers turned up in the background?
Let me check. I'm on my laptop, so I don't think any speakers are coming through. Let me check. Give me 1 second. Alright, I see an icon that says telephone and then mic and speakers. Mic and speakers is selected.
Selected? Alright. We're just, we'll keep on trucking here. And, before I move forward with Anthony, I'll put you on mute here first. Does anybody have any questions, feedback, clarifications on the item we just covered? Lauren, anything from the business and the professional client side on any clarifications with regards to some of the items that I had just reviewed?
No, it all looks good. And then just wanting to make sure, you know, that we can all stay up to speed. So it seems like all the videos, just make sure that we hit your YouTube channel to catch up on them.
Correct.
If anybody need any catch-ups?
Correct. In the meantime, they can all catch everything on there. As of, I would say by the end of next week, all the individual contributors like yourself should have access to the original video files, and you are promoting your YouTube channel so that they go into your list.
Awesome. Okay, perfect.
Okay. Steve, on the accountability side, any clarifications on how this is all working and playing out? You just had your website installed yesterday.
Wait, what did you say?
Any questions
Cut
on
out.
your end? Oh, sorry, I muted myself. Any questions on your end, Steve?
No questions.
Okay. So, Calvin's asking, are you going to send out the links to the original files? Yes, I will. We're going to have them uploaded on the cloud somewhere where you guys can download the original videos without any branding. That way you can put your own email, your own phone number, your own stuff on there so that they join your list, they follow your content. And the way to look at it is, I am just a contributor to your particular website, right? And that's pretty cool because now it takes the pressure off of you on having to position yourself as a seasoned, experienced, marketer individual. You do have contributors that are generating an online income and that are producing high-value content. And I am a guest blogger, a guest poster, contributor on your authority website. So that's how you guys can view it and look at it. Lilia, you are going to be applying these strategies to your blogging platform as well as anybody that is using a different platform. We only know and are moving forward with two. One is WordPress and the other is the blogging platform that our group coaching and our accountability students have. And that's for two reasons. Number one, I want to have a duplicable, scalable system where we all speak the same language, and if you have a problem, we can troubleshoot it easily and effectively. Number two, we've built out specific revenue models off of these two platforms where the foundation, all you have to do is add stuff around it, and then it is specifically designed to be an income producing website. Like these posts go on your WordPress, these posts go on your viral blogging platform, and they're designed for you to be able to promote them, and they have a sales funnel that we are building on the back end. So if you're using a random, your own website like Flash, which I hope you're not using anymore, you may run into some major roadblocks down the line. If you're just getting started, focus on a financial journey blog in whatever market you're in, or it can be as you explore the internet marketing online space. Okay? WordPress theme will be sent out, yes, as well as the WordPress theme, Kelvin. Steve is going to coordinate that for all of our accountability and group coaching students. So, all right, so let's keep moving forward here. Anthony, okay, we're going to transition here now and talk specific case studies, strategies, and scenarios. I am debating on whether or not this is going to make the live replay. I don't think it should. Not quite yet. Yeah, we're gonna leave this one out. So I'm gonna stop the recording. This is gonna be for the benefit only of our group coaching students and our accountability partners who are following the content step by step. And so basically, guys, that is our day one launch tomorrow. So by tomorrow, I need to have a WordPress theme, plugins all installed, opt-in boxes, lead capture mechanisms ready to go with 15 posts that you guys can view on different segments of the websites. That is my commitment. That is my hold me accountable, so to speak. Hold me accountable. Okay, so we'll have that up by tomorrow. Anthony, I'm going to transition here to you. Let's stop the recording. Let's go offline.